Annual Greyhound Choice Awards. This year, we're doing things a bit differently than in years previous because of the shutdown. But we felt this ceremony was definitely worth doing and important, so it needed to go on no matter what. The award ceremony is sponsored by Northern Renaissance. Renaissance is a program here at Northern whose goal is to recognize as many students and staff members as possible throughout the school year. The Greyhound Choice Award honors students for being themselves. They are not honored for good grades or attendance, although there are many students that are honored with great grades and attendance. They are not even honored for great behavior, because I know a few of the students we have honored have had their fair share of detentions. They are honored for being them. Each one of our Greyhound Choice recipients have made their mark at Northern. They've made somebody's year with their smiles or their determination to grow up, their acts of kindness, and their overall zest for life. They remind us why we come to school every day and why we continue to work so hard during the shutdown. I want to take this time to thank some people who have helped make this Greyhound Choice Award ceremony, as weird as it is being a Zoom meeting, a success. First, Kim Ballinger, thank you for helping with this, and thanks for working with me with Renaissance this year. Tyler Ballinger, thank you for helping with all the Zoom meetings so that our Greyhound Choice Award could go on without an in-person ceremony. Dr. Sally Lopez, thank you for giving us the freedom to do Greyhound Choice Awards this year. It means so much to all of us. To all the teachers and staff who took the time to select a student, write a speech, and be on a Zoom meeting to present your special student with this honor. It is a testament to our commitment to our students that you all decided to nominate a student, even in this crazy time. Also, I would like to recognize Ms. Kathy Cole. Thank you for all the years you've participated in our Greyhound Choice Awards. We will miss you. Enjoy your retirement. I would also like to say thank you to everyone who's ever been to a Greyhound Choice Award. I decided to give up Renaissance after 15 years of running it. It has been a pleasure and honor to run this award program for all these years. Now, on with our Zoom presentations.
Dad. Buddy? Showdown.
My Greyhound Choice Award goes to Dylan Krupa.
Yes. Oh, I was hoping it was you.
I'm going to borrow this from Mr. Craig because he would say that Greyhound Choice is the best night of the year because we get to honor the students that really make a difference every day. And you were one of those this year, Dylan. You know, from your outstanding work in class to your positive attitude. I really enjoyed, you know, talking with you, joking with you, all the time we spent in class. I liked your random visits to the room. And also enjoyed twinning with you a couple times this
yeah, that was definitely fun.
So hopefully you're having a good summer and you're watching out for Interpol. But I hope to see you in the fall, buddy. And don't worry, I'm saving all my best dad jokes for you.
Let's go.
So I hope to see you in September.
Yeah, me too.
All right, buddy. Congratulations.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Hello.
Hi. So my Greyhound Choice Award goes to Jayla Ornt. So we met a few years ago, but this year, Jayla, I thought you really stood out as a video student and as a Silk. I know we had a really group of characters in our class. Yup, for sure. But you know, you came in every day, positive attitude, and you know, you worked with them. And I know they were a tough group, but that really showed me your maturity, your flexibility, and really your dedication to video. So I wanted to thank you. It's bittersweet. I won't get to see you at graduation, but you know, as they say, the show must go on. So I did want to just take a few minutes and thank you and just congratulate you on all your hard work. And hopefully I'll see you soon.
Hopefully.
And, don't be a stranger if you ever want to come back and
Definitely.
say hi, let us know.
Well, thank you so much.
No problem. And I hope you have a good rest of the year and summer. And just, once again, just thank you and congratulations.
Thank you.
Hi, Emily.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Everything going okay?
That's going well. I miss you.
I miss you too. I'm going to get started, okay?
Okay.
All right. My Greyhound Choice Award goes to Emily Song. From the year I had Emily as a student to today, Emily has been a kind, caring, and creative young lady. Emily gets involved in helping with activities and events, and she always does so in a kind and caring way. She truly cares about people, and she makes the extra effort to help everyone feel welcome. Whenever she sees me in the hallway, she stops by to say hi and to see how things are going. When she sees a new student at a meeting or event, she helps to make them feel included. As a DECA officer, school store manager, and Relay for Life team captain, Emily has been a true asset. Even though she has a part-time job that keeps her quite busy, she always finds the time to help out at meetings and after-school events. Whenever there is something creative that needs to be done, Emily is the go-to person. Whether it be bracelets, Up, the movie scenes, or rocket ships and moons for Relay for Life, displays for the school store, or social media posts, Emily does a beyond amazing job. So Emily, for all of these reasons and more, you will truly be missed. However, I cannot even begin to explain how different Northern Burlington will be without your smile and your way of putting others first. You are truly an amazing person, and these traits will follow you to college and beyond. You're a good soul, Emily, and I wish you all the best in all that you do. But where does that leave Northern Burlington? Well, remember Northern Burlington as your starting point as you make your journey through life. Always remember to hold on to those balloons you made for Relay, or jump on that Relay rocket ship and carry your kindness with you every moment of every day. You will travel to great places, find many friends along the way, and do great things as you reach your unlimited destinations. Of this, I have no doubt. Just remember to send us your itinerary from time to time so that we can share your successes. Emily, this is not goodbye, for I know you will keep in touch. This is, however, my sincerest wishes for all the best in all that you do, and my thanks for all you have done. All the best, and enjoy your travels.
Hi.
Surprise!
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much.
Of course. All right. Well, my Greyhound Choice Award goes to you, Maya. It's
Thank
a
you.
privilege to have been witness to your grace and your evolution these past 5 years. You have become a beacon of resilience, and that characteristic is going to take you so far in life. Your compassion and your capacity to care for other people and worry about them just inspires me. I admire your quest for equality and social justice, and I look forward to watching you continue to find your voice and your place in the world. Remember that Maya Angelou said, each time a woman stands up for herself, without knowing it possibly, without claiming it, she stands up for all women. Throughout the years in G&T, you've created such beautiful art, jewelry, and other passion projects that motivated me to want to make things too. And your love for nature, art, and music is just beautiful and inspiring. The most important thing you've done for me is that you've made me want to be a better human, because I see the hope of positive change in your eyes, and it makes me want to go chase that hope too. I will miss our daily conversations, our rants, and our venting sessions, and I already do. And I will truly miss you. But I absolutely cannot wait to see what you do with the myriad opportunities ahead of you at NYU and beyond. Your new teachers, classmates, and friends are going to be so lucky to meet you and get to know you. Thank you for all of the memories, the help with your silk class, and just for being the curious, expressive, and honest person you are. You will forever occupy a part of my heart. Thank you for everything, Maya. Hi, surprise. My Greyhound Choice Award goes to you, Nick. Throughout the past 5 years, it's been a privilege to have been witness to your beauty, your patience, and your growth. In your almost 19 years on planet Earth now, you've become a beacon of courage, compassion, and resilience. You're a selfless and natural caregiver, and there just aren't many people as good-hearted as you. You're a person who just gives, gives, gives. Your heart is so big it's like a planet where you eagerly and happily host your family, your friends, dogs, all sorts of tiny creatures and reptiles, and even people you don't even know well. It's incredible. In our years together, you've impressed me with your communication skills. You've made me laugh. You've left me in awe of your talents just many, many, many times over. I can't possibly list all the things that you've done for me and for our classes, from baking and volunteering, organizing, cleaning out my horrible desk and shelves. The list is just too long. I think you've actually helped me more than you know, though, beyond the tangible and observable things. You've given me so much, and I'm not sure you realize this, but sharing your story and your life with me is a gift. It's one that I will always treasure. The most important thing you've done for me is you've made me want to be a better human. I will miss our daily chats, and I already do, and I will truly miss you, Nick. I absolutely cannot wait to see what you do with the myriad opportunities at Rider and law school and beyond. Your new teachers, your new classmates, and your new friends are going to be so lucky to meet and get to know you. Thanks for all the memories, the help with all my classes and GSA, and for being so authentically you. I'm going to quote one of my favorite inspirations, Pema Chodron. She's an 83-year-old Buddhist nun, and she said, "You are the sky. Everything else is just the weather." I'm so happy to have lived in your orbit, and you will forever occupy a part of my heart. Thank you for everything, Nick.
Hello.
Hi, Athira.
Hi.
Surprise, it's me. I have a speech for you. My Greyhound Choice Award goes to you, Athira. It has been a privilege to have been witness to your personal evolution over these past 5 years. When I first met you in 8th grade, I knew immediately that you were just an extraordinary human, a real treasure of a student. And I have long been inspired by your passion for trying to understand the wonderful and mysterious complexity of our universe. And this passion was evident early on, and that's why I invited you to attend the AP Physics field trip to Drexel back in 9th grade. How amazing that we got to hear Dr. Mavalvala lecture about gravitational waves, and now she could potentially be your professor. Throughout all of our years together, you've made me want to know more. Your passion projects were unparalleled, and not necessarily because they were the biggest idea, they were, or the most complex, they were, or required the most work and research, they did, but because you brought real passion to them, and you were fueled by a genuine curiosity and a quest to learn. It's always been clear to me that you recognize and you honor that knowledge is an active process, not a passive one. And that's just a perspective that I wish for all of my students to embody. Well, physics and math and computer science projects aside, what I really admire about you is your compassion and your capacity to care and worry about other people. You have this keen social curiosity and a sense of empathy that's just well beyond your years. I admire your respect for fairness and equity and your sensitivities for equality and social justice. I'm really looking forward to being able to watch you continue to find your voice and your place in the world at MIT and beyond. To paraphrase from an interview with one of my favorite minds, Stephen Colbert, I want you to always remember that you don't have to be the best human, but you should try to be the most human you can possibly be. And as you begin your new life in college, try new things and stay vulnerable, but take risks. And most importantly, just be patient with yourself. I'm really going to miss our daily conversations. I already do. And I think this year that our chats helped us realize that we're really like-minded in a lot of ways. I'm going to really miss you, Athira, but I can't wait to see what you do with the myriad opportunities at MIT and beyond. Your new teachers and classmates and friends are going to be so lucky to meet you and get to know you. So thank you for all of the memories and the help with your silk class and just for being the awesome person you are. You will forever occupy a part of my heart. So thank you for everything.
Hello, Tori.
Hi.
Shocker. You surprised?
A little. I wasn't sure who it was going to be, but
Well,
Mr. Russo threw me off.
no, I know. That's why I'm sneaky that way. You know me. All right. I'm going to go through this. This can be a hard one, Tori.
Oh boy.
Here I go. My Greyhound choice goes to Tori Morrell, one of those students that come along once in a blue moon for a teacher. If someone were to ask me what 2 words best describe Tori, I would say grit and courageous. Over the course of my 15 years in teaching, I can hands down say that Tori is one of the hardest working and most determined students I have had the honor of teaching. Tori's had to deal with me for over 2 years in history classes, and she did her best to make me proud. Whenever I asked Tori to go the extra mile in doing an assignment or a project, she would never let me down. She took the pride in her work, and it showed with the amount of effort she put into it. Tori's the type of person that is really hard on herself and has high expectations when it comes to grades. Sometimes this would get the best of her because she knew in her mind that she always seemed to have to work harder than everyone else. This is where the grit comes in. It makes her unique. Tori's been challenged with many obstacles in her young life, but she's faced those challenges head on. By doing this on her own, it has helped define who she is as a person on the inside and out. She always has a smile on her face when she came into class, which I missed this year with her being a senior. However, I was still able to see her every day smiling as usual. Tori always kept me on my toes and was always willing to participate in class discussions. She's like an old soul and is one of the kindest students I've ever met. Tori, if I had a daughter, I would want her to be just like you. I'm so proud of how far you've
Yes.
come over the years I've known you. I'll miss your caring, compassionate personality as you move on to college and the real world. You can achieve anything you put your heart and soul into, so shoot for the stars and never let anyone say you can't do it. I've seen what you're capable of, and the sky's the limit. Having students like you make me enjoy teaching, and I wish you nothing but the best in the future.
Hello.
Good morning, Chris.
Good morning, Miss Tallman. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good.
Surprise. So I'm going to start to read my little speech that I prepared for you. You ready?
Okay. Yes.
Okay. So my Greyhound choice for the 2019-2020 school year is Christopher Delanos. I think it is truly amazing when you see a student in the halls and no matter what, they always smile and say hello. I also appreciate students who respond to my good morning greeting every day, even if it is 7:15 in the morning. One student who always says hello and good morning is Christopher. This is just one of the many spectacular qualities Chris has. Chris is an incredibly positive student, and this shows day after day in class. He is kind and caring to every single peer in his class. As Christopher's world history teacher, I had the pleasure of having him in class every day. I must say, not only is Chris a fantastic student academically, but he is also an incredibly kind and hardworking student. Chris consistently hands in quality work no matter how big or small the assignment is. Chris continually strives to do his best. One of my favorite assignments Chris worked on was his box Fit for a King project. Chris is always so creative, especially when creating Instagram profiles as famous historical figures. Chris always asks amazing questions about the topic at hand, and I can always count on him to help his peers during group assignments, especially if people start to fall behind. It has been a joy to have Chris in class and a privilege to have been Chris's history teacher this year. Congratulations, Chris.
Thank you.
Malcolm,
Hi, Alexa.
how
How
are
are
you?
you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. You have to get up early for this?
No, I usually get up early still. I'm still pretty good.
Okay. Let me read this. And
Hope I don't cry, but no promises. Okay. So my Greyhound Choice Award goes to Alexa Sheets. I had the privilege of first meeting you last year as we had geometry together. And my initial impression of you, just in those first few weeks, was really nice young lady, does really quality work. Doesn't seem to have a lot of math, confidence in math anyway. But what I learned rather quickly is you have loads of resilience. And I love that about you. That's going to serve you really well as you go out into the world and undoubtedly do just wonderful things. And then this year, last September, I was so happy when I saw you on my class list for Honors Algebra 2. And you worked really hard and earned, A's throughout the year. I'm so proud of you for that.
Thank you.
I know wasn't easy, but you're a rock star.
Thank you.
Everything you do. I feel like I've really missed out, not, in these crazy times, not being able to see you every day in class. And so kind of bums me out, but I'm glad you accepted to come today. I'm really privileged. I have a lot of really just wonderful kids in all of my classes. So when I got the email to consider doing the Greyhound Choice, I just start going through my rosters and writing down names and kind of thinking. And I got to the bottom of my last class, your class. I had recorded like 10 names. And I came to yours and I was like, that's it. She's the one. I'm not sure you realize quite how special you are, but you're kind. You really listen to other people. Your smile is so easy, and you just make people happy to be around you.
You're so nice. I can't.
So let me finish up. Not gonna cry. I'll just a little bit. I just admire and respect you, Alexa, and just simply want to know how privileged I am to have gotten to know you over the last couple of years. Just thanks for being you, and I want you to know you've truly made a difference in my life. So I wanted to congratulate you on this award, and I hope to see you in the fall.
Thank you so much. Oh my gosh.
Hola.
Hi.
How are you?
Hi, Captain. Good.
Hi. Good to see you. Okay. You ready? My Greyhound Choice Award goes to Ariana Magana. It has been a privilege to have this young lady help lead the Northern Burlington AFJROTC program during its first 3 years. I have been so impressed with her selfless efforts that it's hard to really put into words the enormous impact that she has had on not only the program, but me as well. That said, Magana, as I call her, has become like a daughter to me and always greets me in the morning with a huge smile and her customary hi cap. She's also found a way to torment me for the school year with her infamous Baby Shark song. It's worse than experiencing the theme song from the Brady Bunch for those of us old enough to remember that. Taking a proactive leadership role in the JROTC program, Magana has held one of the top leadership positions, the Kitty Hawk Air Honor Society president, during the past year. As a society president, she did an incredible job of leading the Honor Society to being recognized as a Headquarters Air Force Air Education and Training Best Practice during its unit self-compliance inspection for academic year 2019-2020. Additionally, Magana's contributions in conjunction with the other cadet leaders of the unit directly led to us being named the Distinguished Unit with Merit in only its second year of its existence. From me to you, thank you, Magana, for your hard work and dedication to the Northern Burlington JROTC program. P.S. No more Baby Shark songs.
I'll try not to.
But that's it. I'm super proud of you, young lady. Congratulations on the Tommy Franks.
Thank you.
That's huge. I've never seen anyone get a nomination. You're the first in my 8 years of doing this. So good job on that, guy. You did a good job.
Thank you.
Well, thank you. I'm still trying. Hang in there.
All right. I'll see you around like a donut, Magana.
See you.
Hi. Are you surprised?
Yes.
My Greyhound Choice Award happily goes to Morgan Bentley. I've only had the pleasure of knowing Morgan her senior year, but I knew pretty early on that she was a special kind of student, the type of student you wish you had more of. When you envision your perfect classroom, it is full of Morgan-like clones, all sweet, adorable, kind students who are engaged and genuinely interested, raising hands, constantly asking really thoughtful and genuine questions. Students who approach you at the end of the class to ask follow-up questions or to just tell you how much they enjoyed your lesson. I don't think Morgan realizes how rare and special that is. And unlike many of my students, Morgan's engagement did not end when we switched to remote learning. She has been present for most of my Zoom and Google Hangout sessions, not just listening silently, but elevating the discussion with her insightful comments and questions. When I offered extra credit for students to record themselves doing the Saltine Challenge, Morgan's was the first video I received. These conversations we've had on Remind recently pretty much summarize everything I love about Morgan. And when you get your copy of this letter from me, I screenshotted some of our Remind conversations. So this one is one where you told me about showing your mom the cartoon about the gallstones and wanted to see if it was funny, and then the back and forth that we had about that, and you saying, always love your lessons. I've been researching a bunch about fecal transplants ever since. So that's one of them. And then, yeah, so I'm not going to read that whole conversation, but you'll be able to go back and see it there. As I reflect on students that I have picked for this award over the years, I've realized that I chose students who I either saw some of myself in or who I aspire to be more like. For Morgan, it was a little of both. I have referred to her as my mini me. We are both teased about being short. We've been told we look alike, and we have many of the same likes and interests, but mostly I aspire to be more like Morgan. I am inspired by her mindfulness and ability to be fully present, living in the moment, and embracing every experience with enthusiasm. If I had half of her positivity and ebullience, I would be a better teacher and a better person. One of my biggest goals as an anatomy teacher is to inspire my students to want to learn more about their body and how to take care of it. I educate them all year about various lifestyle choices and how those choices could impact their health and happiness. For most students, I can only hope that my message was heard and will stick with them long after they leave my class. Morgan, however, has shared with me recently on Remind that I've inspired her to make some changes now. So again, there's another back and forth conversation that we had where you told me that you are staying active and working out with resistance and eating cleaner, and that you want to, thank me for that. And then it's the conversation where you told me that you are working on getting your strength training certification. So that's in there as well. Finally, I had to share one of my favorite memories with Morgan this year. And so I had to remember to the best of my ability. So if it doesn't sound exactly, but I think this is how it goes. So it says, picture this. Morgan is excitedly walking down the hall on her way to my class. And she says, Mr. Pazzi, do you like cookies? And I say, yes, I love cookies. Thinking she's going to give me some cookies. Not quite. Morgan says, do you want to buy some cookies? Is that right? Is that pretty much how it went? Okay. I was so sad that I wasn't getting cookies, and apparently I made Morgan feel really bad because she went home and baked me a batch of cookies and brought them in the following day. Unfortunately, they had walnuts in them, and I'm very allergic to walnuts. Morgan was so upset and felt awful, but I thought it was really funny. Oh yeah, I'm still waiting for my nut-free cookies, Morgan.
Oh, don't worry, I'll send them your way.
I am so sad I'm not going to see Morgan at school anymore, but I hope our relationship continues long beyond graduation. I will miss you, Morgan. Thank you for being you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi.
Hey, Jess.
Hi, Hav. I was hoping it'd be you.
I had a feeling you knew who it was.
Yeah.
My Greyhound Choice Award goes to Jessie Fell. I got to know Jessie through lacrosse 3 years ago when I came to Northern. Ever since then, I would say we formed a bond that every coach dreams of joining with their players. Jessie has no idea how much I look forward to coaching her this season and how sad I am that I won't get the opportunity. As much as I look forward to that, I look forward to our visits every day last period. Thank you for letting me coach you and teaching me valuable lessons on and off the field. Not only do I see you as an athlete that I got to coach, but I see our relationship turning into a friendship as you grow older. Thank you for everything you taught me, and best of luck in the future. I can't wait to see you succeed.
Oh, thank you so much, Hab.
You're welcome.
That means so much. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm glad you got it.
Hi, Quinn.
Hi, how are you?
Good. All right. My Greyhound Choice Award goes to Quinn Ridgway. I've known Quinn since her freshman year. She was a quiet and struggling student in Honors Algebra 2. So she would stay after school many times to get extra help, and this is where our relationship started to build. We talked about Quinn's horse riding, her classes, her friends, and her teachers. We probably talked more than worked on math. Her sophomore year came around, and I didn't have Quinn as a student anymore. But the first day of school, Quinn stops by and says hi. And the next morning, Quinn stops by before school starts to say hi and how her classes are going. Quinn stopped into my classroom every morning before school and after school until her senior year. So for 3 years, Quinn never failed to come to see me unless she was absent or I was absent from school. She would ask me for help on her math classes, ask me advices on many things, and I would also ask her to help me on school stuff. Quinn also started to fill my desk drawer with packs of gum and chocolate, which are my favorites. We would share them when Quinn was in my room anytime during school. We've gotten very close over 4 years that Quinn now calls me school mom. I cannot believe you're a senior and graduating in a month. There are so many memories that are crossing my mind right now that will be cherished forever. I thank you for making these memories with me. I will miss you so much.
Oh, thank you.
You're like my first child to me.
Oh,
It will be very different without you next year.
oh my gosh.
I wish you the best in the future.
Thank you so much.
Sorry, I cried.
No. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much.
No, you probably knew it was me.
Andy,
Hello, Miss Lenore. Hello, Miss Lenore.
how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good.
I'm good as well.
We're waiting. There's Patrick.
Hi.
Hi, Patrick.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Okay.
Sorry.
You.
I'm at work.
You.
I didn't know this was proper dress.
That's okay. You are nominees for the Greyhound Choice Award. So I nominate you, Patrick Udenko, and Andy Nava for my Greyhound Choice Award. In my 24 years, I've never had two students more deserving of this award. Patrick and Andy, you are truly role models. You're not only good students, but athletes and dedicated employees as well. I've had the pleasure of watching you two grow up to hardworking, mature young men. They both have strong moral character, steadfast work ethics, kind hearts. And even through this difficult time, they remained positive and never let their grades fall. Their determination and drive will ensure their success in the future. I'm honored to nominate Patrick and Andy for my Greyhound Choice Award.
Thank you, Miss Lenore. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
My Greyhound Choice goes to Nick Lewis. This boy cracks me up on a daily basis. He walks into geometry class every morning with a huge smile on his face and always gives me a big hello. Nick is much more awake than most of the students. On occasion, we have gotten into disagreements over his choice of beverages in the morning. I've even taken some away. This has become a joke between us and the entire class. The students would love to come in before him and tell me what he had done earlier in the day so that I could jokingly get on his back about it. We have a similar love of food, so that was always a conversation most mornings as well. Multiple times, Nick would try to bribe me with food to get good grades. This never happened, but it was certainly fun. As we switched to remote learning, the fun continued. Nick told me before he left that he would be fishing every day. While the pictures started rolling in, I enjoyed them so much. It gave me a connection back to the thing I love most about teaching, the students. So please help me congratulate Nick. I hope I have him again for next year in Algebra 2. Thank you.
My Greyhound choices go to Hannah Alexander, Haley Archer, Morgan Bentley, Megan Berg, Alexa Blue, Nicole Bondock, Riley Grip, Julia Marinick, and Madison Sheese. This has been a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity as a coach. Programs may have individuals who are extraordinary, but never at the same time. The past 4 years have created an unforgettable experience. Each of these young ladies have been a role model for young females throughout South Jersey. Their performances on the field has been truly outstanding. They are self-motivated, determined, and hardworking. To use the old cliche, it's poetry in motion. From March Madness competitions, to Easter egg hunts, to road trips to Lee's for smoothies, these girls are competitive unlike many others. But what places them in my Hall of Fame is more than just being softball players. It's their positivity, their passion for life, and their respect for each other. These are traits that transcend their on-the-field successes. Girls, your triumphs will continue as others follow your example both on and off the field. Your leadership skills will continue to blossom as you travel the road of life. I have been viewing The Last Dance on ESPN, and I feel that I have an entire team of Michael Jordans. You have each brought your own piece of the puzzle together, which is a masterpiece. Han, Archie, Bentley, Bergie, Lex, Bonbon, Grippy, Jules, and Zissy. You have made such an impact on not only me, but for the school and the community. I am forever grateful to have had the privilege to be part of an amazing ride with the 9 of you. Thank you. I will love each and every one of you, and I will cherish our time together. Good luck in the future. I can't wait to see where the road leads to you for you. The end.
Hello. My
Hi.
Greyhound Choice Award goes to Amber Quinto. Although I have had many good students in honors geometry this year, Amber Quinto is an amazing student. She's a student that always helps me out and lets me know how things are going in class. When we went to remote learning, she was there to help me learn the Zoom platform, along with many other new tasks. She is one of the first students to log on to our classroom meetings. She is not just academically talented, but is very respectful to myself and others. There are many reasons that I am proud to have Amber Quinto as my Greyhound Choice winners. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yo.
Hey, how's it going?
Not too bad, you?
I'm pretty good.
So my Greyhound choice for this year is Luca Parlato. I first met Luca in August of 2018. I'm not sure if you remember it, and quite frankly, I'm not sure why I do either, knowing my memory, but for some reason this sticks out. But I was on campus testing out some new equipment at a football scrimmage, and I walked into the trainer's office to ask Miss C for something, as I'm known to do. And standing next to her was this handsome young man whom she introduced me to as a junior transfer from Burlington Township. As I'm also known to do, I'm sure I made some sort of sarcastic remark, probably about Township, which I like to think he found moderately amusing before going about my day. What I didn't know at the time was that I would soon come to know Luca and as a boundlessly talented and intelligent young man with an enviable curiosity, unmatched drive, and fantastic personality. A few days later, when school began, Luca came walking down the hall to my first period Video Production 1 class. Over the next 10 months, I got to know him quite well and came to learn not only was he one of the best video students I've ever had, as he won more Pono awards than just about anybody else in the history of my time at Northern, but he is also a wildly talented musician and producer, a brilliant student, and an all-around awesome person. Come May of that year, I was bummed to find that he was unable to fit Video 2 into his busy schedule for the next year, but I understood as he had a concrete set of goals that he designed his schedule to accommodate, with courses like music theory and a bevy of honors and AP offerings. Fortunately, he made a habit of visiting the studio or the video production room during his lunch and study hall periods to hang out, so we could talk about life, random theoretical concepts, and our shared Sicilian heritage. I've been proud to be a sounding board for advice and feedback on his music, which is excellent, and I recommend you check out on all streaming services and YouTube when you get a chance. This young man is destined for great things, and I will relish in watching his success, knowing that maybe at some point along the way, I was able to contribute to it. After all, that's a big part of why teachers do what we do. So congratulations, Luca. Good luck in college, music, and life. And remember, you've always got a fan in me.
Thank you so much.
My Greyhound Choice Awards go to Samyukta Jaganathan, Crystal Kim, Ryan Cucatalo, Pablo Luna, Sartika Paul, and Sanjana Yadav. I selected each of you for my Greyhound Choice Award winners because my life truly would not have been the same without any of you. You've served as my silks and as my pseudo silks this past year, and you made every day so much better because of it. I've known most of you since you were sophomores, and I've had some of you enrolled 3 separate times, plus all the extra times that some of you might have been in room 416 as well. So I'm going to say a little bit about each of you. I'm going in alphabetical order by last name. There are no favorites, of course. So first, Samyukta. I thank you for always being the practical one. I always knew I could turn to you for an opinion and that I'd receive a solution that was sincere, yet efficient, and without too much emotion. Crystal, I loved having you as my NHS treasurer. And I also love telling students that you would beat them up for me, so I wouldn't have to. I also loved your baked goods, of course. That's even better. You kept me organized and you kept me sane, especially when it probably wasn't easy to do so. Next, Ryan. Despite your almost constant complaining, you were always there asking how you could help and offering to do things to take things off my plate so I wouldn't have as much to do. And you always threatened me that you'd have me for 3 straight years, and indeed you were right, you had me for 3 straight years. But the coronavirus took out the last quarter and a half, I suppose. Pablo, your smile and your sense of humor were always welcome in my presence. You could take any situation that maybe wasn't so nice and make it seem so much more manageable. And also, your bread is fantastic. Viva la Mexico.
Let's go.
Sartak, although I think we both know why you weren't selected to be an official silk, I always loved having you around. After all, you are my birthday buddy. However, I have a feeling I'm going to be finding little plastic dinosaurs everywhere for the next several years until I actually retire. And finally, Sanjana. You were the yin to Samyukta's yang, and you were the perfect counterbalance. I'm always going to think of the two of you as a pair, mainly because I had you for 3 straight years together in the same class and often sitting next to each other. Your help's always going to be remembered and appreciated, and even though you were addicted to romance movies and bad reality shows and some Disney stars that we won't mention, I'll always remember all the good times that we had. I love each of you very, very much, and it saddens me that this pandemic stole 1.5 quarters of you out of my life. I hope that you remember Northern, and I hope that you remember me fondly, and I hope that you use your experiences as a springboard to all the fantastic things that I know await each of you in your life. Please keep in touch, and congratulations on winning the Greyhound Choice Awards.
My Greyhound Choice Award goes to Ariana White for her dedication towards our school and local community, as well as her love for the environment. I met Ariana a few years ago when she was in my Earth and Environmental Science class. As a student, she shined as an exemplar of what a student role model should be. As she continued with her schooling, she also became a larger contributing member to our Sphere Club and has volunteered her time planning and running community and class activities to try to show others the importance of their actions and impacts on the environment. She has made all of these possible through persistence and hard work, and through her determination to be the best she can be, no matter what the task at hand is. For these reasons, I commend and wish her the best in all her future endeavors.
My Greyhound Choice Award goes to Trinity Lane. Trinity is a hardworking student and a young lady with tremendous potential, which makes her a great candidate for this award. Her energy is contagious, and her support for others has motivated many students to participate in their activities with more intensity. If you know Trinity, you know she is a calm person, but when it comes to competition, She's a fierce competitor all wrapped up into one. At times, Trinity exhibits modesty while simultaneously working hard to be physically fit as a Northern cheerleader. She is very respectful of her teachers and classmates. In addition, whenever I would have a conversation with Trinity, she would take my advice into consideration and make her situation better. I wish all of my students were that receptive after a dialogue. Trinity is a wonderful young lady and is a pleasure to have in school. Her growing talents will allow her to be successful in life when she chooses to fully embrace it. She exemplifies all the qualities that are important for the Greyhound Choice Award recipient. Even with all the challenges that this current school year has shown, Trinity has continued to find a way to help others. Congratulations, Trinity. You deserve all that the future has in store for you.
Hello, Ian. Can you
Hello.
hear me? How
Yes.
are you?
I'm doing great.
I have a speech I'm going to be reading to you. You're my Greenhouse Greyhound Choice nominee.
All right.
So I'm going to read a speech to you, okay?
Okay.
My 2020 Greyhound Choice Award recipient is Ian Zamity. Ian possesses the admirable quality of always striving to do his best. Ian does not shy away or give up when frustrations occur. I have had the honor of witnessing Ian's dedication and effort in Greenhouse class this year. No matter what assignment or project Ian was engaged in, he always worked hard and was therefore rewarded with good grades he earned throughout the course. Ian's dedication to learning is also evident in all the classes and the grades he continually earns. The transition to virtual instruction shortened my class time with Ian, so I hope I will have the opportunity to have Ian in a future class during his time at Northern. Whatever classes Ian enrolls in, I feel confident Ian will succeed because he makes the most of every opportunity he is given to further his education. Ian's enthusiasm and dedication are always a welcome contribution to my Greenhouse class. I am happy to have this opportunity to formally recognize Ian Zamity with this Greyhound Choice Award. Congratulations, Ian. It's been
Thank you.
great having you in class, and you've done very well, and I hope you've enjoyed it some.
I did.
My Greyhound Choice Award goes to Madison Sorensen. When I first met Madison, my initial thought was, this student has gone through a lot in her life, and I wonder if I would be someone that she could trust to help her. As I continued to have multiple interactions with her, I soon was able to build a relationship where she and I could communicate on a deeper level. Madison has overcome many obstacles just in this year alone, transitioning to high school, adjusting to new routines of things, managing her classwork, trusting her teachers, working hard to get good grades, making new friendships, trying new things, joining clubs, pushing through uncomfortable peer-related situations, learning to manage her grief, and truly learning to live her life. I am truly amazed by her ability to come this far. Madison is funny, kind, sweet, well-mannered, caring, and a hard worker. Although there are times that she may experience setbacks, she doesn't allow that to stop her from moving forward. Madison uses her learned resiliency to keep going, and whenever she's in doubt, she reaches out to me. This is trust. I am grateful that Madison has given me the opportunity to work with her to help her grow and build confidence. I'm so proud of her for overcoming adversity, and I will continue to empower her to be the best version of herself.
Good morning.
Wait, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, the anticipation was killing me.
Oh.
You
All right,
told me you didn't do this.
I didn't do it last year.
I was like, what teachers do I have that like me?
All right, my Greyhound Choice Award goes to Catherine Anderson. For 2 years, I've had the pleasure of having Catherine in my class. I cannot say enough about Catherine. From the moment she walked in, I knew there was something special about her. From her friendly smile and greeting to the way she treats her peers, I knew Catherine was going to stand out from the others. Of course, her beautiful red hair and her awesome fashion sense helped her stand out as well. This year, she really shone as a student. I have her for the last period of the day, but I shortly noticed that she was appearing during other parts of the day, especially when preschoolers were there. Usually I end up asking intruders to leave because they're a disruption, but not Catherine. She just has a way of blending in and picking up where others are lacking, but never making them feel bad or inferior. Catherine just steps in to assist and helps things to run smoothly. It got to a point that I think some of the students in my other classes thought she was supposed to be in their class. She stepped in to help set up a lesson, give assistance with a challenging preschooler, or keep me on track during the chaotic preschool days. And for that, I cannot thank her enough. Catherine is also very artistic. Most of the bulletin boards throughout the year were made by her, as well as the other classroom decorations. As soon as I told her the theme, she was on it, and they always looked amazing. I am so appreciative of all her efforts. Sadly, this year did not end the way any of us ever imagined, and I am heartbroken I didn't get to spend more time with Catherine. Room 301 will not be the same without her, but I know as she ventures out into the world, she will leave her mark wherever she goes. Westchester is lucky to have such a beautiful, kind, caring, and hardworking student headed their way, and her future students are going to love her. I wish you the best as you move on, but you will be sorely missed. Congratulations.
Oh, thanks. I told myself I wasn't gonna call.
Oh.
Hi,
Hello.
how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Jasmine is one of the most sensitive and empathetic people I have ever met. Her level of empathy cannot be taught, and it is so obvious it is ingrained in her person. It's in her genetics and DNA. I absolutely adore this young woman, and she has been a constant reminder to me of the importance of patience and kindness. I had the pleasure of teaching Jasmine as a junior, where she took the lead on projects, especially those that involved the idea of helping others, like our Vigilante project and our unit on mental health. It was evident in her work that she saw the importance of helping others, but this is not the only place it was evident. She would continually stop what she was doing to make sure others in the class had help if needed, putting others' needs before her own. It was only natural to have Jasmine as my silk this year. That same helpful nature kept me sane. With an interesting group of students, I needed her support. As an English teacher, you think it would be easy to put into words what Jasmine means to me, but it isn't. She has not only been my student for the past 2 years, but she's also been my friend. I'm excited to see the woman she becomes and the good work she'll do in this world. We need more Jasmines in the world, people who are kind, compassionate, and filled with humor. I hope to always stay in touch and to always have your goodness and beauty just a phone call or text message away.
Hi. Hi. All right, I'm going to do my speech for you now. You ready? Okay. My Greyhound choice is Olivia Okerson. I first met Olivia around this time 4 years ago. I was meeting with her and her mom at the middle school to discuss her programming and plans for when she came up to the high school. I remember thinking she was pretty put together for a rising freshman and was looking forward to watching her success as she grew through high school. From the beginning of her freshman year, Olivia continued to impress me. She advocated for herself within the first few months of school to move to more challenging classes and definitely proved her capabilities. Throughout high school, she has been a 3-season athlete and has been an active participant in school activities. She has built positive relationships with staff and students, especially those in our special needs population. I've always admired her confidence and dry sense of humor, and I'm going to miss her visits to my office to vent, try to manipulate her schedule, or to actually get some guidance. I'm so proud of her for meeting her goal of getting into Stockton University and her plans to become a high school special education teacher. I know she has the heart and drive to get where she wants to go in life. Olivia, thank you for allowing me to be a part of your high school experience. Although you may not have the opportunity to walk across the stage in June, know that you have walked across my heart. I can't wait to see what is in store for you for the next 4 years and the rest of your life.
My Greyhound Choice Award goes to Callie Thier. Her smile is contagious. You can't help but smile from ear to ear when you see her. She is well known around Northern. You can see her at the Greyhound detail shop, NB School, the nurse's office. When the halls get crowded, she is polite and never beeps her horn. Off campus, she has been hardworking at JBMDL Red Cross, JBL Library, and Masonic Village. Her favorite singers are Ed Sheeran and Taylor Swift. You can catch her sporting clever, humorous t-shirts with great, colorful, and fun socks. Some days she has orange Cheeto fingers because that is one of her favorite snacks. Callie, your presence is one of the biggest I have ever known, and you have a positive effect on people. You have an amazing sense of intuition, and you just know when someone needs a hug or a laugh. You have had such a positive impact on all of us at Northern, and we will never forget our Callie girl. Your smile will always stay in our memories. Continue working hard, Callie, and making us proud. We love you. So my first Greyhound Choice Award goes to Jaden Agron. For the past 6 years, it has been a privilege to see Jaden evolve into the wonderful and successful young man he is today. From the Burlington County Animal Shelter, Brookdale Senior Living, to Edie's Naturals, Jaden has been committed to his volunteer job placements in the community through our career orientation program. This year, Jaden, you have stepped into a leadership role and have set a great example for your peers. You are extremely friendly, hardworking, polite, and motivated. I appreciate your passion for your interests and that you are not afraid to speak up, even if we don't see eye to eye on something. Let's face it, we have been through a lot. Steelers versus Giants fan all the way. However, even if we didn't agree, we would end up joking with each other in the end. I am so proud of you for everything you have accomplished. You've matured so much and did an amazing job working at JBMDL over the summer and obtaining your job at the Base Exchange. Great job, and I know you will be successful in your future.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Great job, Jaden. We're so proud of you. My second Greyhound Choice Award goes to Alexis Guzman. Alexis Guzman is an active and kind participant in our career orientation program. Alexis has made his mark volunteering at Dragonfly Farms, Edie's Naturals, and McGregor's. You have always been a dedicated worker with an amazing work ethic. When I first met you, you were very quiet and hesitant to speak up. Fast forward 4 years later, and it's very different. It has been a wonderful experience to see you grow into a more confident and outgoing young man. I am so proud of you for crossing into unknown territory when entering the employment realm. Moving forward has landed you with a job at JBMDL, and we are so proud of you. I remember one day you were waiting in my office to go to work, and we talked 15 minutes about a Nerf gun that was one of your favorite childhood toys, and we were left wondering how much it was worth today. Although we may never find the exact model of that Nerf gun ever again, that conversation was so important to me, and I will never forget it. Continue dreaming, Alexis, and keep pushing yourself. You are amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you.
It is with great honor and pride that I select Eli Harris as my Greyhound Choice Award winner for 2020. For the past 4 years, I've had the privilege of watching Eli become the man that he is today. Since your freshman year, you've always been courteous and gracious. You're a great student, but through an unbelievable amount of hard work the past 4 years, you've truly made yourself into a talented and successful athlete. And none of those are the reasons why I've chosen you, Eli, for this honor. The reason Eli is my Greyhound Choice Award winner is because who he is when no one is looking. Eli is the same upstanding, tremendous individual when no one is watching. When I see him interacting with all of our younger student athletes, he is someone they can look to and see what it takes truly to be a man. He's not about appearances. He's about what he can do to better the team, program, class, or even the school. You are truly selfless. Watching you interact with our younger athletes, especially my son, makes me proud of who you've become. You've constantly been the one to put your arm around our younger students and give them encouragement. In today's world, that truly makes an individual special. The impact that you've had on those younger student athletes will go a long way in their own success. You are truly a remarkable young man who will be successful in whatever endeavor you choose for the simple fact that you have an unbelievable amount of inner confidence and fortitude. and that will allow you to overcome any difficulty you may face. You've made Northern Burlington a better place. You've made me a better coach. You've made my son a better man. And for that, I am thankful to you, buddy. I'm extremely proud to recognize you, Eli Harris, as my Greyhound Choice Award winner for 2020.
Tenacity, grace, dependability are sometimes difficult traits for a teenager to exemplify. Erin Rose, my Greyhound Choice, has been demonstrating these traits in my classroom for the past 3 years. Beginning as a sophomore student in my AP History class, Erin impressed me with her tenacious response to an increasingly difficult level of coursework. She approached me for suggestions on how to improve her study habits and then set forth to improve them. She rapidly and consistently improved each week and grew to become one of my most successful students. I was lucky to have Erin take my criminology class during her junior year. She quickly became a leader in the classroom and carried herself with a graceful poise and dignity that I believe quietly inspired the other students in my classroom. She did a wonderful job serving as an attorney in my classroom mock trials, and I believe her presence created one of the best classroom cultures I have ever experienced. I was thrilled when I learned that Erin would be joining me again during her senior year to serve as my student instructional leader. I could not have asked for a more dependable and reliable young person to assist me. I have total and complete faith and trust in Erin as both a student and a person. It has been my honor to teach such a hardworking, dignified, and trustworthy young person. Erin, I wish you all the best in your bright future. My Greyhound Choice goes to a student who took a special interest in class and always went the extra mile to relate the content to the real world and her own family history. Holly Ha, you exemplify everything that a history teacher wants to see in her students. You always paid rapt attention and you had questions about the world and our place in it. You demonstrated an empathy and understanding of diverse cultures and perspectives, and you always sought to look beyond the obvious answers in the textbook. I particularly enjoyed learning your family history when we studied Vietnam. You brought me resources and information that helped improve the quality of my instruction and benefited your classmates. I also value the relationship that we formed and enjoyed our little chats and discussions. It's a shame that we had just begun a new class together when this pandemic hit and brought our physical class to a close. I was looking forward to seeing how you would have approached our mock trials, but mostly I was just enjoying having you in my class again. As you go forth into your future, know that I have confidence that you will have a positive impact wherever you go. You certainly had a positive impact here, and I'm proud of you and grateful for the opportunity to have been your teacher. It is a true pleasure to recognize Caitlin White, one of my favorite students, as my Greyhound Choice recipient. I had the pleasure to teach Kate as a junior in both my criminology class and my Honors U.S. History 2 class. From day one, Kate impressed me with her intellectual curiosity, maturity, and leadership ability. Kate is one of the most intellectually curious students I've ever had the pleasure of teaching. She was always asking questions and engaging me in theoretical conversations. It was clear that Kate was making the most of the school setting to explore the world around her. She was a breath of fresh air, and I really valued her inquisitive nature. Additionally, Kate is one of the most mature young people I've had the pleasure to work with. She seems to rise above the petty squabbles and childish behavior. She carries herself with a dignity that is impressive for a person her age. Finally, Kate is an impressive leader. Students in the classroom and on the playing field look up to her. She makes wise decisions and is a very clear and direct communicator. She never backs down from a tough situation, and she tackles obstacles directly and with confidence. Kate, it has been a true pleasure to be your teacher. I'm proud to have taught such a bright, distinguished, and driven young person, and I wish you all the best.
Working in a high school can be very hard. There's a lot going on and a lot of time when you find yourself running around. My Greyhound Choice student helps me to slow down. He always asks me how I am. He is a great person to share a laugh with. He is a hard worker and a great storyteller. Even when he has had a rough day, he takes time to speak with his friends and the adults around him. For these reasons, and his incredible singing voice, my Greyhound Choice student is Thomas Mowry.
So I got a funny story for you.
Okay.
So I might have told you this story already, but my mom has 4 boys.
Mm-hmm.
And so anytime we do anything nice for my mom, she's always like, "Oh, I always knew you were my favorite."
Yeah, you
So-
did that before.
Yeah, so now me and my brothers fight over who wants to be mom's favorite. So anytime she needs a favor, we always fight over who does the favor. so that we could be my mom's favorite. So I use this technique now in my classroom, and honestly, it works like a charm. Not everybody wants to be my favorite. So I always say I never pick favorites, and that I only have favorites for the day. But sometimes I need like papers passed out or like that, and I ask who wants to be my favorite, and I always get a ton of volunteers. So for my Greyhound Choice Awards, I had to pick out who of all my favorites. And to be honest, it really wasn't a hard pick.
No.
You were always the first one to answer a question. Ooh, my phone fell. You're always the first one to answer a question. You always let me know when you didn't understand something. And you're always the first one to help another student. Honestly, I couldn't ask for a better student.
No, thank you.
So when you asked me to write a recommendation for Pennington, I told you this story too, that I wrote. You were the type of student that I wanted to write a bad recommendation for, just so that I can keep you for myself. But I know you'll make a great addition to Pennington, but I'll miss having you as a student. So congratulations, you're my favorite for this year.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
My Greyhound Choice Award goes to Remy Quinton. I knew that Remy would be my star student this year when I received a text message over the summer from her stating she received a pottery wheel for her birthday. I could feel her beaming through that message with her excitement. It reminded me of myself when I was a student at Northern wanting to get my own wheel. When school started, she had mentioned to me she was working as a barista at a chic coffee shop where the owners create their own mugs. I'm so happy to know that my class has impacted her to the point where she has involved so much of her time inside and outside of school with ceramics. Her creativity flourishes in intermediate ceramics. She is eager to begin working as soon as class begins. Her involvement in art doesn't end with ceramics. She is also an active member of NEHS, and she is enrolled in Art 1 this year. Whatever goals Remy sets her mind to, I know that she will achieve them. Her positivity and determination will get her through anything. I am proud to give Remy Quinton my Greyhound Choice Award. Congratulations.
Thank you.
My Greyhound Choice Award goes to Sam Noble. When I pick for this award every year, I always try to pick a student that is kind, compassionate, and caring. One of the things that I love about this particular award is that it does not always have to go to a student that has the best grades or gets academic honors. It allows me to choose a student that might not typically get recognized in school. However, some years turn out like this year when those two things go hand in hand. Sam is in my honors world history class, and not only is she the kind of kid who will always make sure to stop by and say hello, whether she comes into the classroom or if it's out in the hallway, but she's also the kind of kid who kills it grade-wise in an honors class. I know she will go on to become a very successful young woman as she furthers her educational career, and I would love nothing more than seeing her on my roster in sociology class in a couple years, or maybe even as a silk when she is a senior. Congratulations, Sam.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
My Greyhound Choice recipient for 2020 is one of the most inspiring and impressive students I've ever come across in 13 years of teaching, Shreyas Seethala. I've had Shreyas in class for 2 years now in AP Physics 1 and 2, and he also currently silks for me in AP Physics 1. I first met Shreyas in 8th grade when his G&T teacher, Miss Maestrina, suggested he attend our high school physics field trip to Drexel University. She learned of his affinity for physics after his passion project studied dark matter and dark energy. These are topics that most adults don't understand, let alone high school students, and Shreyas was pushing these important ideas on his colleagues since middle school. The purpose of this trip was to attend a physics open house and keynote lecture by Dr. Alan Stern, principal investigator of the New Horizons mission, which sent a probe to Pluto and beyond to learn more about that faraway world. Fast forward 4 years, Shreyas will be studying astrophysics at one of the top-notch programs in the country, Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute. But let's rewind and examine these past 4 years and just why Shreyas is my Greyhound Choice Award winner. I have the privilege of teaching AP Physics at Northern, where many of our best and brightest students come to learn about the fundamental laws of nature that govern our physical universe. I strive to challenge all of my students to perform to the best of their abilities, and Shreyas was no different, except he was different. Some of my high-achieving students are hyper-competitive and always put themselves first, which certainly makes some sense. In all of the years I have known Shreyas, though, I have never seen him put himself first. Time and time again, he is helping his colleagues in class, his teammates in robotics, the AP Physics 1 students that he currently silks for, or complete strangers via his volunteering with Habitat for Humanity. Shreyas is one of the most talented students I've ever taught. He is a deep thinker who really seeks to understand the how and why of a solution, not just one who cares about a numerical answer. Where Shreyas is even more impressive, if I may say so, is in his leadership role. His AP Physics peers look to him as a leader and voice of reason in class. His robotics peers look to him as a problem solver who can right whatever is ailing the robot. And the students he oversees in AP Physics 1 look to him as a role model who can help them navigate that difficult course. As myself, Shreyas would often walk around the room and offer advice to students while they would work in groups. Shreyas also solved numerous problems at the board and offered another confident voice in the room when my message wasn't always being received. In addition to these essential tasks, Shreyas went above and beyond to provide study guides for every single evaluation. He also made sure to host a review session before each evaluation. A teacher would be present at these sessions, but Shreyas starred in the show and led the discussions and problem solving. I've never been more proud of one of my students than watching Shreyas teach these review session classes. Shreyas is beyond inspirational to me. He is ever respectful and always calls me Mr. Hishjack when I tell most students to just call me Hishjack. Shreyas is uniquely wise and humble for someone his age with his immense talents. Shreyas will not make the world a better place someday in the future because he has been and is already doing it now. The positive impacts and impressions he has left on his peers, his teachers, and the AP Physics 1 students this year will always be remembered. So for all those people I have just mentioned, and especially for myself, I just want to say, thank you, Mr. Sithala. You'll be sorely missed next year here at Northern.
My Greyhound Choice Award goes to Taylor Barletta. I am lucky enough to say that I had the opportunity to coach Taylor since she was a teeny tiny 7th grader. She came into practice that first day and you could tell that she lived and breathed soccer, and that never changed. Fast forward to her senior year, I'm now lucky enough to call her my Silk. She has been so helpful to me this year with helping my Algebra 1 students when they asked to just making me laugh on a stressful day. Taylor, I want to wish you the best of luck in college and every exciting aspect of your life. There are many to come. I know this year seems so unfair with everything happening, but just remember that this is a small fraction of your entire high school experience. There's some math in there, small fraction. Remember the good and the fun times both on and off that soccer field. I will never forget that little 7th grader with the mighty left foot just dying to be out on that field, maybe even at sweeper. I know you will be back to visit often, and I can't wait to see and hear all the exciting and fun endeavors that you will encounter. Best of luck, but I know you will do great even without it.
Thank you.
Of course.
Good afternoon. My 2020 Greyhound Choice Award goes to Isaiah Harris.
Yay!
Perseverance is an attribute I wish came easy to everyone. Unfortunately, it takes time for oneself to realize it has been in them their whole life. Isaiah, you have come a long way since September. We have spent a lot, and I do mean a lot, of time together. You have shown amazing growth as a student and as a young man. My emotions have run the gamut, but at the end of the day, I can always say you persevered. You pushed through and conquered a variety of social and academic hurdles throughout the year, and I'm very happy you trusted me. I know it was not easy, and I am very excited to watch you continue to grow, and I know you do not have to ever do it alone. I will always be by your side. Congratulations.
My Greyhound Choice goes to Kaylin Frisia. I first met Kaylin in a class I wasn't even teaching. Last year, I had my prep time during period 1-2. Lucky me. During that planning time, I found the most effective way to make sure I'm prepared and ready for the day ahead was to sit in on Mr. Warren's environmental class to ensure that I cover the material in the same way that he did. Kaylin was a new student to the district and in Warren's period 1-2 class. It wasn't until the following school year when she became a student of mine in biology that I discovered that she had not been a junior or senior at all, but rather a freshman. The kid who had set herself apart as the most mature student in Mr. Warren's class of juniors and seniors was in fact the youngest among them by 2 years. Flash forward to this year. Kaylin, now a sophomore, was in a similar cultural mismatch in science as last year. Kaylin was the only sophomore in a biology class that was exclusively made up of freshmen. Now, instead of being the youngest, she was now the oldest among her peers and served as a mature role model to her classmates, most of the time. Most upperclassmen who are put into a freshman-dominated class have a difficult time fitting in and usually keep to themselves and don't engage with their classmates. Kaylin was different. You could walk into my 16-17 biology class and hardly tell who was the upperclassman since she integrated herself into the class culture seamlessly. Now, this next story is one that many teachers can relate to. One day, Kaylin asked, "Mr. Keenan, am I your favorite student?" And I told her honestly, "No." Kaylin, like most teenagers, wanted to be technically correct, so she followed up with, am I your favorite sophomore you teach? Now, due to the quirks of which classes I teach, I've never taught any other sophomores before. So to appease her, I said, yes, Kaylin, you are my favorite sophomore I have ever taught, but also my least favorite. That seemed to satisfy her. Now, I had not decided who was going to be my Greyhound choice until after this whole coronavirus thing started. I started to reminisce about all the things that I was missing from being in the school building. The very first thing I thought about was how Kaylin would make a habit of saying hello to me while I was stationed at the ever-loved bathroom duty. Now, I have a suspicion that she was just trying to say hi to me as an excuse to be late to her next class, but I enjoyed it nonetheless. Speaking of lateness, Kaylin was late to my class on time. We began keeping a running tally on the board for how many days she would consecutively reach her goal. It was a blast watching her sprint to class to make sure her streak wasn't broken. It's some of those small routines that I miss most about being in the classroom. Because Kaylin has played a huge part in implanting these lasting memories in my young career, and I tell you, Kaylin, you're not only my favorite sophomore, but my favorite student, period, that I had this year.
My Greyhound Choice Award goes to Zaria Z. Cook. I could list a billion reasons why Z is my Greyhound choice for the year. She's respectful, she's hardworking, she's kind, she makes me and everyone in our class laugh, she never hesitates to share, whether it's a piece of gum or an answer in class, and she has the sort of energy that when she enters a room, you sit up and you take notice. But I think the best way to demonstrate just what makes Z so special is to tell a quick story, so that's what I'm going to do. Way back in December, I got an email notification very late at night telling me a student had commented on an assignment. I assumed it would be someone asking for an extension or posing a general question, but instead it was Z. Miss Braun, it read, I literally just thought of something. Remember in the middle of the book when Gatsby had a party and someone said he doesn't want any trouble with anyone? How do you think he's going to resolve this situation? You think some miraculous miracle will just end up saving him and Daisy? What do you think Tom is going to think when he finds out? Do you think everyone will have a problem with him now? Sorry to text this late, I just really couldn't wait till class. All I could think as I read this message was, wow, this young lady is incredible. There are not many students who would give their school work that much thought, far fewer who would be willing to share it with their teacher, and even fewer still who would have such astute insight. The same traits that make Z such a phenomenal student are what make her an incredible person, one I am confident will go on to make a great impact on our world. It is truly a privilege to be her teacher. So congratulations, Z.
Thank you so much. I'm delighted to present my Greyhound Choice Award to Eric Maruska. When Eric first started coming to the Media Center, he wasn't always too happy to be there. He did like watching videos of school buses, but I don't think anything else there was really of much interest, including me. His aide would prompt him to greet me and say goodbye, which he did, but it wasn't like he was super interested in seeing me. Last year, however, I was lucky to have him start doing tasks in the Media Center with me. Through this, I really started to get to know Eric better. I would chat with him about holidays, his brother, the snow, whatever was going on around us. He started responding to me, and this year, when he came to the library, there was no prompting to say hi to me. I was greeted with a big smile and a wave. After our tasks were complete, I would give him a mitt, and he would make what we called his mitt face. Before, he would thank me and head off to his next appointment. I so look forward to the days when Eric comes to visit. His smile brightens my day no matter what else may be going on around me. He may use few words, but he still says so very much, and my life is better for having known him. I can't wait till we are all back at school and he can come bring sunshine to my day again. Thanks, Eric. I miss you.
My Greyhound Choice Award goes to Rachel Quigley and Michael Oreo. What is an exceptional Northern Burlington student athlete? An exceptional Northern Burlington student athlete is someone who bleeds two colors, royal blue and silver gray. They understand what it means to sacrifice their time and their body. They understand that their commitment to being the best student athlete is cyclical. Starting their days as a true academician, transitioning into becoming the best athlete that they can be, and ending that day with how it all started, most likely buried in their studies and preparing themselves for the next day. They never need a reminder. Their parents may wonder what they did right along the way. Their teachers may wonder if they can get creative and challenge them with a different opportunity. Their coaches may wonder why everyone cannot act like them. What does the exceptional Northern Burlington student athlete think? They think nothing. They think that they are not doing anything different or special. That is exactly what makes them different and special. An exceptional Northern Burlington student athlete thinks that all the extraordinary things that they're doing are routine. And when it comes to them being recognized, they're surprised that someone even took notice. There was never anything there to notice anyway, or was there? And this is my final chance to say to both of you that I noticed Rachel and Mike. So for me to you guys, congratulations. You're my Greyhound Choice Awards this year. I couldn't pick the better male and female.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Toby Tremaine is not just a student to me. He's a very good friend. Actually, we are brothers spiritually. Toby is one of my students in history, but Toby is not crazy about history. He performs well and does most of the assignments, but history is not one of his favorite subjects. However, Toby is one of my favorite people. Toby and I met for the first time in Fellowship of Christian Athletes his freshman year. After watching him devour 3 cookies inside of 5 minutes, I knew we would become close pals. Outside of school, except when we are in Fellowship of Christian Athletes, Toby calls me Brother Rick. He asked me if this would be okay, and I said, of course. This was his idea 3 years ago when we attended a men's conference at Fellowship Alliance Chapel. Since then, we have attended 2 more, and hopefully this will continue to be an annual event that we spend together. There are many reasons why I admire Toby. He is persistent in serving God and being his own person. And he leads the lessons and Fellowship of Christian Athletes. I'm amazed at what a great job he does and some of his ideas about how to study the Bible. Toby has cerebral palsy, which makes it very difficult for him to speak. I learned this from watching one of Toby's YouTube videos. When it is difficult to speak, often many people don't take the time to hear you. This drives Toby crazy and frustrates him to no end. I can tell when he knows I didn't get what he said because he puts his head down and says, never mind.
Never mind. Me too.
When I know he found me out, I say, text it to me. He will if it's important, and it usually is very important and interesting. Toby sends me a question of the day or a Bible verse to analyze, and I will answer and send him one back. We have FaceTime often during this coronavirus, and it's great seeing him reading books and making his YouTube videos. My family watched his last 4 videos. We enjoyed them very much, and Toby has such great ideas. Toby likes to ride his bike, swim in his pool, and I promised to take him fishing this summer. My son just started a worm farm, so Toby, game on for fishing. If you ever meet Toby, take the time to get to know him. It will change your life for the better. I promise you that. I think God has plans to use Toby in a big way in the future. But for now, Toby is just my Greyhound Choice Award winner. Congratulations, Toby. You're an awesome guy.
My Greyhound Choice winner is Chris King. I truly enjoy teaching my first period class, and there's nothing better than starting my day seeing Chris's smiling face. He makes me smile and laugh all the time. PE class is definitely not the same when Chris is not there. Lucky for me, he is usually always in class. Chris is always happy and has lots of energy in class. If he beats me to the gym in the morning, he will sometimes jokingly try to break into the door to get to the equipment. I will race to the door with the key before he gets to it. I love his energy, and he has been a huge help to me over the last couple of years in class. Chris is a polite young man who works well with his peers and is quick to say hello to the teachers and staff. I am so happy that I've been able to teach him in PE class and look forward to seeing him grow as a student and young man over the next few years. Congratulations on this Greyhound Choice Award.
My Greyhound Choice Award goes to Bianca Vidashek. As my first year of teaching comes to an end, I've begun to look back on the experience, and I'm very thankful to be part of the Northern Burlington community. The biggest thing I'm thankful for are students like Bianca, students who inspire the desire daily in our classroom, who are self-motivated, eager to learn, hardworking, and helpful to those around them. Bianca is a student any teacher would be lucky enough to have in their class at Northern. She fits the mission here at NB of inspire the desire to learn and comes to class each day prepared to better herself. She wants to be the best student she can be and consistently goes above and beyond on her work. Bianca would always be the last one in class finishing a test, not because she was struggling, but because of the effort and hard work she was putting into her answers. On projects where I asked for a paragraph response, Bianca would give me 3 paragraphs because she took pride in her work and was always looking for new ways to challenge herself academically. Bianca never needed reminders to stay on task and was fantastic at self-pacing, so she never found herself overwhelmed by the work. In a CP level world history class, Bianca would consistently produce AP level work while also motivating those around her to improve their effort. Bianca is a fantastic addition to any classroom community in that she makes her peers around her better. I noticed a change in several students that have sat near Bianca and that their focus and grades improved while working with her. Finally, Bianca is always a willing participant in class, raising her hand often to answer questions I asked to the entire class. To put it simply, if Bianca wanted to, she could probably have answered any question I asked to the class this year. I can also thank her for saving me from several minutes of awkward silence in class by answering a question on several different occasions. In the end, it is a student like Bianca who inspires me every day and makes me thankful to be part of the Northern Burlington community. Bianca inspires a desire in both herself and her peers and is one of NB's finest students and more than deserving of this Greyhound Choice Award.
My Greyhound Choice Award goes to Casey McHenry. When people hear that you're starting your first year of teaching, they often try to give you advice. Usually it's pretty bad advice, the kind of precautionary stuff that makes you feel like you're going to be sacrificed to a pack of wolves on your first day. As it turns out, though, there are a lot of things that nobody tells you about your first year. Nobody told me that I would meet someone like Casey. Casey is the kind of student who might have slipped under my radar if I hadn't gotten to know her. She is highly intelligent, a hard worker, a kid who never complains. But with Casey, it wasn't always about English class. Casey is certainly an excellent reader, but it turns out that, contrary to what I had envisioned, we did not spend time poring over old copies of The Great Gatsby, and that not every kid I bonded with this year was jumping for joy about reading the classics. Casey gave me the perspective I needed to understand the experiences of the students I taught this year. She kept it real with me, always. I can't even count how many laughs we've had together. I'm not sure if she knew it at the time, but sometimes I really needed those moments of happiness and humor. In my first year of teaching, I learned a lot from Casey. She showed me how incredibly strong a young person can be in the face of adversity. She taught me how to be a good friend. She let me know that sometimes you have to sing a little karaoke in order to feel better. She taught me how to be kind to others even if you aren't feeling great yourself. I'm really sad that I won't be able to finish out this year with my students, but I'm grateful for the time I was able to share with them. I've already made Casey promise to come visit me next year. Even though I won't be her teacher anymore, I will always remember how much fun we had together and how grateful I am to have learned so much from her.
My Greyhound Choice Award goes to Devontae Birdsong. Devontae is one of the most kind and caring students that I have ever known. He treats everyone with the utmost respect. He is generous, all-inclusive, and he truly cares about the well-being of his fellow classmates. His positive attitude and sense of humor can brighten up any room. Most importantly, I can always count on Devontae to do what is right. He tries his best and strives to be successful. He also doesn't hesitate to ask if he needs help with something. He brings a smile to my face whenever I see him, and on the rare occasion that Devontae is absent, class just isn't the same without him. I will always remember the football stories that he shared with me and how patiently he would try to explain the video playback to me. I don't know much about football. Teaching a senior is always bittersweet. You are happy to see them graduate, but you are sad to see them leave. I hope that all of your dreams and wishes for your future come true. If there has ever been a student that I hope the best for, that student is you.
All right, I am so happy to present my Greyhound Choice Award to Jack Arnold and Sarah Bunce. I chose to do these awards together because this dynamic duo came to work with me together each Thursday in the Media Center, and it is the high point of my Thursday. Sarah and Jack are such a big help to me when they come, and they work really well as a team. Together, they help unpack books and prepare them to be checked out. They also help me put out new magazines and take away the old ones, and they were also invaluable with helping me with my inventory and my weeding projects. I enjoy Sarah bouncing in happily to inform me that Jack is on the way, letting me know where her mom is, and perhaps John, Emma, and Hannah too, and then sitting patiently to wait for Jack's arrival. By the end of the year, she had me doing high five jokes with her. She has come so far since I first met her. Jack has great attention to detail, and his concern is that things are always done correctly, which is amazing. He has wonderful concentration, and he would always ask whenever he was unsure about something. He was going to get it right, not just complete. His work is excellent, and a little praise yields big rewards with smiles from him that warm my heart. It is difficult for me to put into words what Jack and Sarah mean to me. Their smiles brighten my day, and I miss seeing you both every week. I hope I get to see you both soon, and I want to thank you for all you've done. Happy to present a Greyhound Choice Award to Jack Arnold and Sarah Bunce. I chose to do these awards together because this dynamic duo come to work with me together each Thursday in the Media Center, and it's a high point of my Thursday. Sarah and Jack are such a big help to me when they come, and they work really well as a team. Together, they help unpack books and prepare them to be checked out. They also put out new magazines and take away the old ones. They were also invaluable with helping me with my inventory and my weeding projects. I enjoy Sarah bouncing in happily to inform me that Jack is on the way, letting me know where her mom is, and perhaps John, Emma, and Hannah too, and then sitting patiently to wait for Jack's arrival. By the end of the year, she had me doing high five jokes with her in the hallway. She has come so far since I first met her. Jack's attention to detail and concern that things are done correctly is amazing. He has wonderful concentration, and he will always ask whenever he's unsure about something. He's going to get it right, not just complete. His work is excellent, and a little praise yields big rewards with smiles from him that warm the heart. It is difficult for me to put into words what Jack and Sarah mean to me. Their smiles brighten my day. I miss seeing you both every week, and I hope I get to see you both soon. Thank you for all you've done for me, for Miss Humes. So this is a sad end to the school year, even sadder. I will not be able to give you this award in person, but I'm honored to present my Greyhound Choice Award to Madison Fleming. It has been such an honor to have known you as a remarkable student and researcher. I have always appreciated your insight and your enthusiastic embrace of knowledge. You stood by your principles and never let any situation bring you down. Your spirit and tenacity always remained resolute. Period 5-6 this year, when we got to spend time chatting about your future plans, completing library tasks, or enjoying quiet contemplation, was my favorite time in the years you've been here at Northern. You are adept at reading the room and always knew when help was needed, when students needed a friend's ear, or when quiet company was the best course. I wish you all the best for your future. I will miss seeing your smiling face and hearing about your plans, be they as small as surprising a teacher or friend, or as big as deciding which school was the right fit for you. I am fortunate to have had you as a part of my life, and I hope to continue to hear about your future successes. I would like to finish with some words of wisdom from Ralph Waldo Emerson that remind me of you. To laugh often and love much, to win the respect of intelligent persons and the affection of children, to earn the approbation of honest critics, and to endure the betrayal of false friends, to appreciate beauty, to find the best in others, to give of oneself, to leave the world a little better, whether by a healthy child, a garden patch, or a redeemed social condition. To have played and laughed with enthusiasm and sung with exultation. To know that even one life has breathed easier because you have lived. This is to have succeeded. So whatever happens in your future, you've already been a success. And I miss you.
My Greyhound Choice Award goes to Olivia St. George.
Oh, stop.
I snagged you early, believe me. This past school year, you have intervened several times to encourage other students to do the right thing. Your influence on other students has resulted in better outcomes for everyone involved. And I am so proud of you and how you've maintained a positive attitude this year. I miss seeing you. Since we've been home. But I do look forward to working with you next year as a Silk student as you work with Ms. Duff in child development. So I want you to keep up the good work. And I do believe I did text you one day just to make sure you're doing okay.
Did you?
Yes, I think I did. But it was a while ago. It was a couple weeks ago. But if you need anything, reach out, okay? Because
I will. I miss you guys. I miss all of you guys.
My Greyhound Choice Award goes to Ravi Arya. First, I'd like to apologize for selecting Ravi yet again for the Greyhound Choice Award. I truly apologize to any other staff members who may have wanted to select Ravi these last few years. But this being his senior year, I couldn't give up the opportunity to recognize him one more time. If I tried to list all the great things Ravi has done, I would greatly exceed my time limitations. Instead, I will focus on why Ravi deserves the Greyhound Choice Award this year. The beginning of senior year, applying to colleges, writing essays, and more is a very stressful time. Even though he had these obligations, Ravi still found time to help with the school store, DECA, and Relay for Life. Well, help is probably the wrong word, ... More like immersing himself in making the school store, DECA, and Relay for Life even better. Ravi has so much going on 24/7, but he gives his heart and soul to everything he does. Even though he helps so many different groups and organizations, he always gives his best to everything, ... Oh, Ravi, ... means I could go on forever. I hope that anytime you see a ... or especially hear someone dictating a ... in a text message, that you will think of your time at Northern Burlington and remember it with a smile. We, at the same time, will think of all your many practical jokes, which broke the monotony so many times and had us smiling. Marilyn will miss you. Ravi, I have no doubt that we will hear great things about you in the years to come. Keep building on the foundation you started at Northern Burlington. I know that you will build many skyscrapers in your lifetime. Just remember to send a few updates along the way. I cannot even imagine the school store, Relay for Life, DECA, and Northern Burlington without you. You will be missed. I wish you all the best in college and beyond, ... Thank you for everything from the bottom of my heart. My Greyhound Choice Award goes to Maggie Gelati. If Northern was to give out an award for Business Person of the Year, the award would go to Maggie Gelati. She has taken almost every business class Northern has to offer and has been immersed in DECA, the school store, and Relay for Life for years. Not only is Maggie the epitome of a successful business person, but she is also an amazing individual. Maggie makes her lists and checks them twice. She has a book for DECA, a book for Relay, a book for the school store, a calendar, and I'm sure there are more. Some days I get tired just watching her work. And time management, Maggie could be the new definition in the next edition of the Webster Dictionary. She could also be the definition of her terms such as hardworking, organized, welcoming, and inspirational, just to name a few. In addition to school activities, she spends many hours in the gym training and competing in gymnastics. How Maggie finds the time to do everything that she does is still a mystery to me. I kid you not when I say that every meeting agenda was in my hands before each meeting without having to ask. Every task was organized to the max, and every person that walked into the meeting, the school store, or any event was welcomed and immediately felt a sense of acceptance and belonging. I have watched Maggie inspire others to reach their potential and beyond, and I have watched her accept disappointments, find the positives, and move on to the next challenge. When we go to a regional or state DECA event, Maggie supports not only her chapter, but other chapters as well. She never stops giving, and I don't think she realizes how much others appreciate her. We all know that climbing a mountain can be a challenge, and reaching the top is reaching your goal. Maggie, You have climbed many mountains and reached many peaks in high school. And I know that you will continue to successfully climb many mountains in college and beyond. You have an inner strength that will be with you every step of the way, and nothing will keep you from reaching the top. Thank you does not seem like enough, but it's all I've got. Thank you for everything you've done for DECA, for the school store, for Relay, and most importantly, for me. You've helped make me realize that teaching is the best profession in the world. I have to tell you that saying good luck in college and see you later will be one of the hardest things I've had to do in my teaching career. I cannot imagine next year without you, Maggie. I wish you all the best in college and beyond. Enjoy every mountain that you climb and be proud of every summit that you reach. I'm extremely confident that there will be many. Thank you again for everything.
While our 2020 Greyhound Choice Awards was a bit different this year, we appreciate all the teachers, faculty, and staff that still want to recognize some outstanding students. From our home offices to your home classroom, we miss you all. Congratulations and thank you for watching from your Renaissance team.